Okay, let's go to deductions. Okay. Just plug these in, just where they can go. Okay. The knees and the bottom of the dress are clean, the ground is dirty. The victim was careful, the victim didn't struggle on the ground. The victim did not struggle on the ground, I don't think. The victim was killed lying down, the victim wiped her clothes, the victim was killed upright. Stride had her back to the killer, Stride and her murderer were lying down at the moment of the mortal blow, the Stride and the murderer were standing up at the moment of the blow. She had her back to the killer. Something's not right in that, but I'll come back to that later. Okay, the wound on the neck is clean, starting from the right and going down slightly. The blow is given to the middle of the neck. No. It was given on the right hand, it was given to the left hand. Starting from the right, going descending. I think this means it's on the right hand. There is only one wound. It proved to be mortal. The murderer struck the blow from behind, from above, at his height. If it's curved down, I think it'd be shorter. Stride is taller, is shorter than the victim. Something not right about that. Come back to that later. The murderer is strong, the murderer is weak, the murderer is a lumberjack! Yes! No, murderer is weak. Murderer is a... The murderer is a female lumberjack! Yes! Now. Is a weak man. The killer is right-handed. The killer is ambidextrous. The killer must be left-handed. The killer is right-handed. That's the only right... Okay, so that's good, I know. Okay, so this killer is right-handed. I think I gotta go with the lumberjack, but it's not working. So the murderer is strong. The murderer is a strong man. Okay, something's not right here, though. There's a lot of stuff that could be wrong on this. Victim didn't struggle on the ground. That's true. Victim was killed upright. The victim was standing at the moment of the mortal blow. Struck from above? Had her neck run. There's only one... Okay, no, that's true. There's only one mortal wound. Murderer struck the blow from... I want to say it was from below, because it curved down. There's something not right about that. Okay, now, it's... They're about the same height, it seems. Yeah, that's it. No, I don't see why it would be descending. I don't see how that follows there. It'd be just stupid. Okay. The hand was bloodied up to the wrist. The carotid wasn't slit. The victim was bleeding from the nose. The victim had her hand cut. The victim was bleeding from her throat. The knife blade used L Strike's mother was thin. The murderer used against L Strike was a Missoula, or was thick. I think it's a Missoula. No, it's a thin blade.
Two possibilities. The first is that Liz Stride's killer and the attacker, seen by Schwartz, were one and the same man.
Seems
the
logical.
Second is that Liz Stride meets a client. After some discussion, they head towards Dutfield's yard to do their business. As soon as they arrive, the attacker appears while his accomplice keeps watch. Schwartz's arrival dissuades the two men from lingering. They leave the area and leave Liz Stride in a tense state, but glad to have kept her client. He will be her murderer. Both hypotheses are possible, but an incongruous detail will serve to corroborate one of them. an incongruous detail that we were able to establish regarding the Hanbury Street murder. Which one would that be, Watson?
Why are you asking me
Look at
this?
the victim carefully, Watson, and tell me the link between the murder of Liz Stride and those of Nichols and Chapman.
You control Dr. Watson.
No, that...
The packet of pastels, Holmes.
What?
Bag of pastels, indeed, Watson.
Oh
If this
yeah,
woman had
that's
to
right.
defend herself against an attacker, why would she have held onto this bag in her
True,
hand?
true.
It didn't fall because this woman's hand tensed at the moment when she fell to the ground. Therefore, Watson, we know the killer distracted his victim's attention by making them take something out of their pockets. Why didn't he slit her throat like the others? He must have feared a struggle with this strong-willed woman. Why didn't he eviscerate her? Because Louis Diemschutz arrived.
Do you think the Whitechapel killer is behind this murder, Holmes?
Yes, and now this murder has been linked to its rightful perpetrator, it will take on deeper meaning when we have examined the facts from that night. Let's go to Mitre Square, where Catherine Eddowes was killed. And make haste, Watson, as we have another murder to commit in 40 minutes.
What? What? We have another...
Here we are, Watson,
Okay.
Mitre Square. It took us a mere 20 minutes to get here. If the killer left Dutfield's yard around 1 o'clock, as we assume, he would have arrived here at around 1:20 a.m.
Oh, I see what he meant now.
We know that Catherine Eddowes' body was discovered at 1:44 a.m. Catherine was released from prison around 1 o'clock, but we have no information as to what she could have been doing until her death. This place has 3 possible ways out. Let's see where they lead. As a precaution, I brought an old map of the area with me. It will help us get our bearings.
Thank you.
Let's hurry, Holmes. This neighborhood makes me ill at ease.
You got your revolver. Okay, so Imperial Club, Lodge, St. James Passing, Miller Square. You control Sherlock Holmes. Whoa, lots of stuff to investigate over there.
Watson, we are now in the exact spot where poor Eddowes tragically ended her days.
This spot is very dark, Holmes.
That is
Whoa,
probably
really
why
dark.
Our murderer chose it.
Is there...
Let's see. We'll need a lantern.
Yeah, I can't see oh, wait. Oh, there's a body thing here. That looks bloodily enough to be a, Damn, that is dark. Lantern! Use lantern.
Now then, we will need a lantern. Now then, we will need a lantern.
I have one. Oh, gotta use...
Take the lamp, Watson.
There we go. Okay, here we go. Let's see here.
Will these
Button, who's got the
objects
button?
put out by the victim remind us of anything, Watson?
Yep. Now let's collect all my clues first. Oh, good. My spacebar works here.
The inside of the thighs is clean. Once again, there were no sexual relations between the victim and her murderer. A thimble is located right beside one of the victim's hands, just like Chapman's sachet of pills and Stride's pastels.
What is with the thimbles?
Part of this apron is missing. We will follow up on that shortly.
Okay.
The main incision goes from the sternum all the way down to the groin. The murderer opened this abdomen as if it were an animal carcass.
Yum,
The
yum,
kidney
yum.
was removed. The uterus was removed.
Kidney and uterus.
These intestines were pulled out altogether to grant access to the abdomen.
Why do you keep stealing the uterus? Wouldn't one do?
The head is turned towards the left. The murderer must have been on the right side of his victim. Let's look at her from the front.
Wow! That is some kind of ugly. And of course, spacebar will not help me here, so... Wow. This one was fucked up.
The eyelids were cut off.
Cut open my eyes so I can see.
The nose was cut.
Alright.
The cheeks were slashed to make them thinner. The cheeks were slashed to make... There is but one wound, Watson. It goes from the left side and descends in a slight oblique towards the right side.
That's exactly the opposite of what we saw in the last one. Okay. Eyes, nose, cheeks, throat.
There is but one wound, Watson.
Is that
goes
all of
from
it?
the left side and descends in a slight oblique towards the right side.
Throat, cheeks, nose, eyes. That should be it. Yeah,
My
that's it.
goodness, Holmes, it was a slaughter.
Understand, Watson, that our killer had neither the time nor the conditions to bother with the niceties. He had no more than 7 or 8 minutes at most to kill the woman, open her up, and all the while in total darkness.
Holmes, it's a woman, a poor victim you're talking about.
No?
Consider all the time this man lost and the risks that he actually took by cutting the victim's face and the lower abdomen in around 20 precise spots, especially the lungs and the liver.
When did he take the
These
lungs? You didn't
attacks,
mention
which I
that.
considered gratuitous, are in fact nothing of the sort, and have as much sense as the removal of the organs. We must, first and foremost, locate the 3 exits leading to Mitre Square, Watson.
Got it, got it, got it. Okay, so where do I go to find Mitre's Square? Alright, no. It's in documents. There it is. Mitre's Square, St. James Passage. Where am I going? Watson! Okay, that must be St. James Passage there, so then I turn around. Or is this
This
St.
dark and narrow passage leads to St. James's Place.
Okay, that's St. James Place. So where does this one lead?
Church Passage. It must be opposite the Imperial Club at 16 to 17 Duke Street. Let's go to the end of this lane, Watson.
Okay, I'll go there in a minute.
This is Mitre Street, from where Watkins, the constable who found the body, came.
Okay. So now let's go check out Church Street.
Church Passage.
Church
It must
Passage,
be
sorry.
opposite the Imperial Club at 16 to 17 Duke Street. Let's go to the end of this lane, Watson. Nothing of interest here.
Okay, so I've been everywhere then. It's a rabbi! Awesome! Help me!
Hello, you must be Abraham Solomonovich, am I right?
Yes, that's me. But I know you. You brought a lad to my place. to
Everyone
take
sees
care
through
of a
Holmes's
cat,
disguises.
And I loaned you my mask.
That's me. May I present?
Dr. Watson, of course. Delighted. And you? I have known for a few days that you are a detective by the name of Sherlock Holmes. Is that so?
Indeed.
Don't miss a thing, do you? It was the children who gave me away, am I right?
They didn't want to, but I gained their confidence by offering them a small comb and half a cake.
The cake was a lie!
Deal out of it, so I don't blame them. However, I must request a personal favor.
Get a good deal
that
out of
you
it.
do not reveal my identity.
You have my word. Curiosity is just killing me.
I make a
I
joke.
have guessed. Would it be breaking an oath to confide in me the nature of the investigation that you are leading?
Wet. Very wet. And red.
Does this spot where we are now in Mitre Square mean anything to you?
A demon lives in this city, Mr. Holmes. These unmentionable acts degrade the human race and put the Jewish community in terrible danger.
Nazis!
Rumours are circulating, but they are but rumours. I see you're leaving the Imperial Club. It's a stone's throw away from Mitre Square, and the 2 recent murders were most probably discussed in there. Do you know if anyone from the club saw or heard anything that night?
Yeah!
Yes, Mr. Holmes.
yeah.
That night, 3 members of our club saw a woman talking to a man at the very spot where we are standing, a few minutes before the body was found at the end of this passage.
Wow, he must have moved really fast. Few minutes to cut all that up?
There is nothing at the moment to suggest it was the victim. Can we meet these members?
I am afraid that won't be possible. As soon as the police heard the evidence of these men, they were sworn to silence.
I understand.
But you are working for the good, and I must tell you what I know.